So today we will check out one of my favorite amp models in the AxeFx 3, the 6505. The PV6505 is one of my favorite metal amps. I think it's a great amp. As you can see behind me, maybe I own the real one, and I can say this amp is a viewer after high gain tones, modern high gain. It's in my opinion unbeatable. It sounds great. You don't need any additional tools like boosters or additional EQs or something. It sounds great by itself if you have a decent cab and guitar, of course. And I used to use the corresponding amp model in the AxeFx 2, in the AxeFx 3. Recently I switched a little bit to the Atomica High amp model in the AxeFx 3, but I thought, well, let's try out the 6505 amp model in the AxeFx 3 again, because I didn't use it quite a long time now, and played around with it. So I just switched to the amp, so I think it's now at stock settings more or less, and this is the sound. Let me turn off the delay. Maybe I will turn off the pitch block. As you may know, I like to use the pitch block for a little bit of detuning for the kind of 80s hair metal effect. Without the pitch, it sounds like that. Sounds great, in my opinion. Although I didn't tweak it so great that I will now save this sound. 6505, and well, should I save it? Maybe here. We'll override my old preset, which was great with another firmware. Yeah, sounds great, and I'm running it now with my own IR, which is called Fractal Murphy Pliny 2. I can show you how it sounds with the stock IR. This one, the 848 Recto, maybe 4x12 Mesa rectifier standard. By York Audio. Be a little bit louder, so I will reduce the volume. How does it sound with that? Yeah, I think this cab has a little bit more bass, so I personally prefer my my own IR, as with most amps. And by the way, this IR is the result of a tone match I did with the new DSP Pliny plugin. think I made a video about that, so you can check that out on my channel if you're interested. Sounds great. And yeah, as you can see here, the PV655 model is called 6160. You may know that in the past the 6505 was called 5150, designed with Eddie Van Halen, was a signature amp, and then maybe Eddie Van Halen switched to his own brand, PVH, and then PV continued the amp but called it 6505. Anyway, I think that is information which we need, but not in this video. And yeah, as you can see here, you have these models here resembling some channels or some 6505 models. For example, the block letter was one, maybe with a block letter PV sign on it. Maybe an old one which was supposed to be better than the modern ones. I personally don't have the block letter. My real amp is a 6505 Plus. Sounds great in my opinion. And yeah, the amp has 2 channels, and the first channel you can switch from clean to crunch, and it also has a bright switch. So here you have the channels of the Plus, and here you have the block, which is maybe the originals 5150 with block letters. Before we will try out the other models, I would like to play around a little bit here with the amp. And for that purpose, we will deactivate the delay. To be honest, the amp has, yeah, very pronounced presence frequencies. Also, the real amp has it. If you turn up the volume, you immediately run into feedbacks, and yeah, it will cut through your ears, and you have to dial back presence a little bit. But with these modeling amps, I like these presence frequencies, especially when playing legato. They are very helpful. And of course, if they get annoying when you play loud volumes, you can reduce them. Usually I would set a high cut here in the cap block to reduce these annoying frequencies. And when I'm playing live, usually I end up with a high cut around maybe 5.7 K. I don't know why, it might be my ear is used to that kind of guitar tone. Sound would be a little bit like that. Also, I would raise maybe the low cut, although here at the moment the lows are okay in my opinion. For recording, I wouldn't set the high cut that low. It's maybe around 10K. And of course, if you have that much high frequencies, maybe the sound will get a little bit thin. Of course, it will cut through the mix, but if you want to have a little bit more meat, especially for for leads, we can get it. Of course, first we will try to deactivate the bright switch, but sounds also great in my opinion, but a little bit, well, it tends to get a little bit floppy in the bass. So with the AxeFx 3 you have this high treble, which is my opinion with most amp models the most powerful of these 3 high controls: treble, high treble and presence. Wouldn't dial it back that much. Yeah, so my trick is usually when playing leads and you want to fatten up things to raise the 400 Hz. And for that purpose you need the 7-band EQ here. As you can see, here are some, here's the pitch follower activated. So when I'm playing higher notes, it raises so that the notes will get a little bit more fat. When I'm playing lower notes, nothing is happening. So currently this is turned off, so I will turn it on, then you can hear it. But I would like to leave it because I like this effect, so maybe I will raise the 400 Hz here. They're already raised because I'm in my scene 2. So let's set it back to 0. So this is just the amp without the 400 Hz boosted. And with the 400 Hz boosted, maybe here we can boost it a little bit more. Might be a little bit too much now because I set the Q a little bit lower. Let's reduce it a little bit to a lower frequency. I think the 400 Hz, maybe if we raise it too much, then it gets annoying, so usually when boosting the 400 Hz or when boosting any frequency, I don't go further than maybe 3 dB, because 3 dB is a lot in a live situation when you're playing loud volumes. Also, as you can see here, I'm boosting the overall signal about 2 dB because yeah, and scene 2 is usually my scene which I use for leads, and as you can see in scene 1 it switches to channel A and nothing is boosted, so this is my rhythm sound. Usually in scene 2 the delay is activated, and scene 1 pitch is also activated, so I have to save it again. Okay, scene 2. My hands are a little bit strange now because I worked today 10 hours and now I'm a little bit tired. Cannot play now very precise. Yeah, but man, this amp model sounds great. I could definitely use it now in a live situation. Let's see what it does with the chorus. Try to reduce the drive a little bit. Yeah, sounds great. Can I do cleaning? Gets almost clean here. Then we need the delay. Although we have a lot more of these amp models, the 6505, this lead model is quite versatile in my opinion. But anyway, let's check out the Crunch Bright maybe. So this is the first channel, maybe the clean crunch channel, if you will, of the real amp. And usually people tend to use this with a boost, maybe a Tube Screamer, choose 808 or something. Although this channel in the real amp can, like this model, deliver already maybe high gain or at least classic gain tones like that. Let's go back to the rhythm scene. Crunch. Well, maybe this sound needs a little bit of equalization, but yeah, let's try to boost it. And let's go to the boost section. Where is it? Here. Full tone OD is my go-to, but yeah, usually maybe people use the T808 here, and you get this well, maybe famous scoop metal tone. yeah, it's great fun. With this sound. Maybe you should save it. The next preset, we will override Petrucci Rec. Who needs Petrucci Rec anyway? So, yeah, let's try out the other models. Maybe the crunch is similar. As the name says, just not that bright. More mid-focused. Turn down the mid. Yeah, here it's very too bass heavy for me. Might be better for leads, but here it's still a little bit too mid-focused in my opinion. I would raise the presence here. It might be a little bit too much. So maybe this is a good model for leads, but in my opinion it has a little bit of too much of these lower mid frequencies. I would dial this out. Of course I could do it here with a output EQ or also with a parametric EQ, but with the other amp models I didn't see any need for that. Yeah, we can try to do it here. Hearing around 300 Hz a little bit too much, so let's turn it down. Yeah, it's a lot better. But then it sounds similar to the Bright model, so yeah, then why should we not use the Bright instead? Okay, well, I think the video is already very long, but finally we will check out the famous block ladder one. We skipped the clean models because I think this amp is, well, not famous for its clean tones. Although I like the clean channel in the real amp. It's not pristine clean, but it has this light crunch clean, which, yeah, I also like very much. But anyway, we have to check out the block ladder model. And yeah, how does it sound? It's a little bit buzzy and fizzy in my opinion. To be honest, it has a little bit too much of these 3K frequencies for me. And if we reduce the drive, or if we raise it too much, then it gets fizzy. Can get rid of that. Of course, maybe we can tweak it. Maybe activate the boost, reduce the gain here. Then suddenly the bass disappears. hear this annoying phasing. I think there's a phasing issue which I don't like around the maybe 1K or something. Of course, I could try to dial that out with a parametric EQ, but honestly, there are lots of other models which sound better in my opinion. So the 3 ones we tried out before. And yeah, so maybe we have 1 minute left and a new email coming. So a little bit of porn music for you and Tatiana. Yeah, I think you can get these kind of 80s light crunch, clean chorus tones. And with a real amp, usually when I need crystal clear, clean tones, I'm running in the 4-cable method. Got another video about that real amp, you can check it out maybe. But yeah, I think the 6505 models here are spot on and definitely recommend to try them out. Hope this video helps you to get the best sound out of it. Please post your comments below, yeah, and subscribe to my channel. See you soon. Bye.